Hello folks, welcome back to Chris Wyatt Reports. Breaking news, an update from the flooding occurring in South Africa. Massive carnage as a consequence of nature rearing its ugly head in the region. A massive deluge of rain came after weather stations in KwaZulu-Natal reported the heaviest rainfall in at least 6 decades. Some stations recording more than 300 millimeters within just 24 hours, something you normally only see in pretty intense hurricane. According to the South African Weather Service, parts of the East Coast received more than 160 millimeters of rain on Tuesday alone. KZN saw 8 new rain records that day, with Margate more than doubling its record. For 24 hours ending the 8 a.m. today, the 13th of April 2022, Port Edward recorded 167 millimeters and Pennington South 51 millimeters. Now, reports from Margate later indicated that 311 millimeters of rain was recorded, more than doubling the record set 25 years ago. Heavy rainfall across the region: Margate 311, Mount Edgecombe 307, Sizela 307, Durban 303, Mbazwane Airfield 206, Port Edward 107 millimeters, Pietermaritzburg inshore upland 98 millimeters rain, Xopo 92, and Tunzini 68 millimeters. Now, the South African Weather Service says that things should clear up in the next couple days, but we're still seeing an issue off the coast. The province will see more rain over the weekend. Subtropical depression Isa continues to bring rain throughout southeast Africa. They'll be drying out later today with the rain coming over the weekend. Possible flooding in central and east South Africa, Lesotho and Eswatini beginning Friday through Monday, as if last weekend's rain wasn't enough. President Ramaphosa and his cabinet ministers and officials from the KZN and provincial government arrived at the Bekisisa High School in Ntumi in KwaZulu-Natal to engage family members who've lost loved ones and property as a consequence of these floods and landslides. Now, they're supposed to arrive earlier, but they were delayed for 4 hours because they were held up in another location.
Ukwenzela ukuthi sibone ukuthi uhulumeni uzokwazi ukuthi ancede kanjani, ancede kuphi na. Eyona into ekhona ukuthi ngiyajabula ukuthi uPremier nalabo asebenza nabo, uMeya wethu nalabo asebenza nabo.
You see homes washed away, bridges wiped out. The KwaZulu-Natal Department of Education today announced that it has temporarily closed all schools that have been affected by the floods. Department spokesman Sile Mlochwa said that terrain and the level of water has made it very difficult for teachers and pupils to reach schools. Yeah, I think a few schools probably aren't around anymore. Some areas extremely dangerous to access schools as pupils and teachers are forced to cross high levels of water, and I would recommend they do not do that, folks. All affected schools provisionally shut down until the 19th of April. Toyota South African Motors has closed its prospection plant in Durban, which was flooded due to heavy rains that lashed the province since Monday. question in all this, folks, is where is the response from the South African government? These rains began over the weekend. Now it's Wednesday midweek, and we have a brief respite in the weather, but it's going to pick up again and rain over the weekend. Where has Cyril Ramaphosa, where have the provincial legislature been? Where have the security services been? Disaster response. Where's the disaster preparedness? How many times does South Africa have to suffer through misery before this inept government begins to do its job? These are legitimate questions. Ramaphosa making his tour like some champion or concerned leader reminds me of Gerhard Schröder making a tour in Germany, the eastern part of Germany, after floods there, which helped him get reelected when he should have been bounced on his ear. Will this give Ramaphosa some popularity? Sadly, over 250 people now confirmed dead as a consequence of this flooding in South Africa. This is a tragedy of epic proportions.
yazi niyini manje nama-refugees banopema ugwayida angadayisithela ugwayida
This dam falsely reported as having been breached by the flood. Actually, it was shut down intentionally. It's part of the floodgate procedure in order to prevent the structure from failing. They intentionally released 2 sections of it to allow the waters to recede. With rains pouring down since Sunday, Monday, and especially massive rainfall on Tuesday throughout KwaZulu-Natal, it was only on Wednesday, the 13th of April, that the government finally began to show any indication of response to the pending, looming disaster befalling thousands, hundreds of thousands, if not a few million South Africans in KwaZulu-Natal. This statement issued today, which you saw a moment ago, exercise extreme caution during floods. Duh. It's long overdue, folks. It's about time. South Africa is experiencing severe flooding in some parts of the country, which has led to the loss of lives and damage to property, especially in KwaZulu-Natal. We therefore urge people to stay indoors in cases of heavy rain and stormy weather. Well, that's not the best advice, particularly if you live in an informal settlement where the walls and side of your structure may be washed away by landslides and heavy rainfall, particularly in dodgy spots where people are building their homes. They urge people never to try to walk, swim, or drive through fast-moving flood, and this video shows exactly why. This is clearly an example of the Darwin Awards. Respect nature, people. Respect nature. You cannot expect that you can simply wander where you want. Anytime that the water is above the bottom of your rim on a car and you're trying to drive through it, you're taking your life into your own hands. This is a dangerous undertaking here, folks. This is foolish behavior. Look at these people as they walk through here, standing here, already lost the balance. One of these guys loses their balance here. And the one gentleman's lucky that the car doesn't flip over on top of him and it's washed away. I hope those people survive that. We don't know. No update on this. But this is foolish behavior.
Ayam. Ay, bumaba. Ah, fully put. Hey! Ay, bo! Wait!
You must respect nature, the power, the awe-inspiring power of nature. Rushing water is very dangerous, and you should not take a risk to life and property. Folks, this is not a wise decision, and it's only on 13 April when the government finally issues this caution. Talk about irresponsible. Where was this warning when they knew the rains were coming 4 days ago? With the devastation that has been wrought by nature across KwaZulu-Natal, many people are asking themselves, how can I help? What can I do to donate? Particularly given the ineffective, slow response by municipal, provincial, and national officials in South Africa who took 3 to 4 days to recognize there was even a crisis unfolding here. And while lives are lost, over 253 confirmed people dead as of earlier today. Devastating losses of homes, people living in dodgy areas. What can you do to help? Well, folks, with a slow government under the African National Congress responding or not responding to the needs of the citizens of South Africa in KwaZulu-Natal, you can help. How can you help? Well, you can help by giving to the Gift of the Givers, a fantastic organization which does incredible work. How do you do that? Right here. You can contribute to them through Standard Bank in Peter Maritzburg. The account number on the screen, 0521372228. The branch code for the bank is 057525, and the reference is KZN Floods. This is how you can help through Gift of the Givers to help bring relief to South Africans desperately in need while their government callously and coldly sits by and does virtually nothing for them. You too can help the flood victims in South Africa, folks. Thanks a lot. Well, folks, thanks a lot for tuning in. If you're not a subscriber to Chris Wyatt Africa and Chris Wyatt Reports, please become one. Smash the button right down there. You become a subscriber. Be sure to toggle the bell icon to get notified of all updates when the capricious YouTube platform does decide to notify you. Thanks a lot. And if you want to make sure you get all updates, join the free Telegram Chris Wyatt Africa announcements group, and you'll get notifications of all our videos. Thank you so much for your support. Cheers, folks.